Sometimes we believe power comes from being loud, from standing tall, making bold statements, and showing the world that we don't need anyone. But if you really pause and look closely at the ones who truly led, the ones people turned to when everything was falling apart, you'll notice something different. It wasn't always the loudest voice that shaped the moment. Very often, it was the calmest one. The voice that carried weight without raising its tone. The person who didn't need to convince, because people already trusted. Krishna never forced anyone to listen to him. He didn't need to. His presence did the work. His wisdom spoke for itself. And in that moment on the battlefield, when Arjuna dropped his bow, unsure how to go on, Krishna didn't raise his voice. He didn't offer commands. He sat with him. He didn't judge the confusion. He didn't rush to fix it. He simply offered clarity, not by controlling the moment, but by understanding it. That's why Arjuna leaned on him. Not because he was weak, but because Krishna made it safe to fall apart and still be held. When someone makes space for your chaos without turning away, something inside begins to trust. You don't lean on them because you are helpless. You lean because walking with them feels steady. Real influence doesn't come from making people follow you. It comes from becoming the person they turn to when they no longer know what to do. Today's world is full of voices. So many opinions. So many answers. So much certainty. But Krishna's power didn't come from having all the answers. It came from seeing Arjuna, seeing what was breaking inside him, and offering only what was truly needed. That kind of presence is rare. It's the kind people return to, again and again, because it feels like home, especially when nothing else makes sense. So if you are trying to lead, or trying to guide, or even just hoping to support someone close to you, don't start by trying to prove your strength. Start by becoming someone they can lean on, without fear. That's how real bonds are formed. Not through pressure, not through image, but through steady, quiet care. Think about someone in your own life. Someone you return to when you feel overwhelmed. Not because they know everything, but because they understand you. They make space. They listen. They don't rush. That's the kind of presence Krishna gave Arjuna. Even though Arjuna was brave, disciplined, and strong, he still froze. Even strength, sometimes, needs guidance. Even fire needs direction. And Krishna didn't shame him for it. He didn't say, "You should know better." He stood beside him, with full honor for that moment. And when he spoke, it wasn't just about the truth in his words. It was the timing, the softness, the care. He said, "Surrender unto me. I will guide you." But he never demanded surrender. He invited it. He made his presence something you wanted to return to, not something you were forced to follow. That's what real strength looks like. It doesn't need to raise its voice. It doesn't seek approval. It simply stands, and others gather, because something about that stillness makes them feel steadier too. Now imagine if you could be that for someone. Not someone who always has answers, but someone who creates space. The kind of person who listens fully, who speaks only what is truly needed, who doesn't try to impress, but quietly tries to understand. That's not weakness. That's a different kind of strength, the kind that doesn't make others feel small, but helps them breathe. It's the kind of presence people want to stand with, not because they have to, but because something about it gives them the courage to face what they were afraid of. When Krishna spoke to Arjuna, He didn't just teach him how to fight a war. He taught him how to carry his heart through it. That's a different kind of power. One that doesn't shout, but stays. One that doesn't burn bright for a moment, but lasts through every storm. In today's world, we are often told to be independent, to need nothing, to carry everything alone. But Krishna offers us something else. He shows us that healthy dependence, when built on trust and truth, isn't a sign of weakness. It's a way of sharing strength. And when you serve others in a way that makes their life feel lighter, more focused, more clear, they will depend on you. Not in a way that drains you, but in a way that honors you. So serve with wisdom, speak with care, and become the kind of presence people return to when everything else feels unstable. That's what Krishna did. He didn't try to remove the battlefield. He simply walked into it and helped Arjuna find his way again. When you serve like that, people won't just listen to you. They'll feel held by you. And not because they are weak, but because your strength helps them remember their own. That is what real power looks like. And that kind of power doesn't fade.